Hello everyone, this is the Carless Millionaire. This channel documents my decision to refuse to buy a car until reaching $1 million net worth. Not to be extreme, but to avoid lifestyle inflation and focus on long-term investing. This channel follows a quiet, disciplined approach to building wealth. In this video, I'm going to talk about why most people stay broke, even with good income. You've probably met someone who makes good money. Maybe it's 60,000, 80,000, 120,000 a year. Maybe even more. But somehow, regardless of income, they're still living paycheck to paycheck, with no investments, no financial cushion, no real wealth building at all. Approximately 36 to 51% of Americans earning over 100,000 a year live paycheck to paycheck. And according to a new Goldman Sachs report, 41% of those making between 300,000 and 500,000 are living paycheck to paycheck. And that absolutely boggles my mind. How can someone making $25,000 a month be living paycheck to paycheck? Which brings us to our first key point. Income doesn't automatically create wealth. One of the biggest financial myths is this. If I make more money, my problems will go away. But income alone doesn't build wealth. What actually matters is the gap between what you earn and what you keep. Someone making $60,000 a year who invests consistently can be wealthier than someone making $150,000 who spends everything. Income, absolutely, it does help, but ultimately it's your behaviors that matter much more than your income. Lifestyle inflation. I say this time and time again. The number one enemy in wealth is lifestyle inflation. The moment people get a raise, their lifestyle upgrades immediately. Better car, better apartment, more subscriptions, more spending, and before they realize it, their expenses have quietly expanded to match their income or exceed their income. Instead of using their raises to build wealth, they use their raises to increase their expenses. Key point number 2, monthly payments are everywhere. Modern life is designed around monthly payments. Everything is a monthly payment. Your car insurance, your phone upgrade, streaming services and subscriptions. You got Spotify, Hulu, Netflix, car payment, phone bill, internet, YouTube Premium, Xbox Live, gym membership, Amazon Prime, Walmart Plus, Disney Plus, buy now, pay later purchases. None of these feel huge individually. They're all small, tiny subscriptions, right? But stacked together, they become heavy. And once your income is already committed to those payments, then there's nothing left to invest because they're all tied up in all those payments. Key point number 3, no system for investing. Most people invest randomly. Maybe when the markets look good. Maybe when they remember. Maybe after watching a finance YouTube video by the Carless Millionaire. I better start investing, Mr. Carless Millionaire, because you told me to. You guys know where that's from. I can't post photos of that cartoon character because the owner of that cartoon character will throw me in jail if I put it on my YouTube video, so yeah. But all jokes aside, wealth builders do the opposite. They remove decisions, they invest automatically. Every paycheck, whether the market is up or down, consistency beats motivation, consistency beats perfection. Key point number 4 is social pressure. Another hidden reason people stay broke is comparison. Social media constantly shows us nice cars, luxury vacations, expensive lifestyles, and it quietly creates a pressure to keep up. But what most people don't see is the debt behind those lifestyles. Wealth often looks boring, debt often looks impressive. Even myself right now, I don't have a car, and it's not socially acceptable for me as a man to not have a car. If a man has no car, he's a bum. Who wants to be with a man like that? Who wants to be with a man with no car, right? It's not socially acceptable. These are the social pressures that we face every single day. And a lot of times we give into it, whether we can afford it or not. Maybe we can afford the monthly payments, but those monthly payments add up, and that's what it is. Key point number 5 is short-term thinking. Most people think about money short-term time frames. Next month, next vacation, next purchase. But wealth builders think in decades. A small investment today might not feel powerful, but compounded over 20 years, it becomes life-changing. Time is the most powerful wealth-building tool most people ignore. So what is the real difference? The difference between people who stay broke and people who build wealth usually come down to a few habits. They spend less than they earn. They avoid unnecessary debt. They automate investing, and they think long term. None of this is flashy, but it works. In closing, I will say income alone does not create wealth. Systems do, habits do, time does. And the earlier these habits start, the more powerful they become. If you're interested in simple systems for building wealth without lifestyle inflation, please consider subscribing. I make new wealth videos every Tuesday. And if you enjoyed this video, you might also like my video explaining the boring rules that actually build wealth. Thank you all, and I will see you next Tuesday with a new video.